Hey everyone, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I'm so glad you're here. Today we have been at church. We've been at church most of the day. We came home just long enough to grab some chairs. We had to go to another event and spend some time with the Precious family. And we are just now getting home and it's after 5 p.m. and I've got to do something real quick for supper. So you saw my ingredients that I laid out. So let me go change clothes. And then we will get started on making just a quick, easy supper, Sunday night supper. Okay, everybody, I'm all changed. I'm ready to get started on this meal. So I have a green pepper, a red pepper, and an onion. And so we are going to give those a slice, and I'm just going to set them aside. And then I'm going to slice up this kielbasa. Now you can use the turkey, you can use, I think this is the Polska made with pork, turkey, and beef. That's the one I grabbed this time, but whichever one you grab is fine. But we are going to start with chopping up our vegetables, and I'll get just a paper plate and stick them on there. There we go. I need to get a garbage bag, a bowl, or a plate. And I'm just cutting these in half circles, and we'll break them apart. There we go. And I'll do it to the other half. And I'll separate these up into circles when we get over to the frying pan. This is probably the last thing coming out of our garden, this red pepper. The last thing. The green one came from the grocery store. I think I don't want these too terribly long, so I'm gonna cut them in half long way. I just cut them in the leaf. And I'm just going to cut the kielbasa just in little circles, diagonal circles, you know, kind of cut it on an angle. And then we're going to get these, we're going to brown these up first, take them out, then we're going to cook the onions and peppers. And then we're just going to put them on these top slice, the top opened buns with mustard, and I'm going to open a jar of sauerkraut to go on top. I'm losing the kielbasa. All right, everyone, I'm going to just put a little bit of oil just to kind of give it a head start. Turn our burner on. All right, we're going to get these to browning. I lost one. I like to get them all where they're all touching the frying pan, so they get a little sear, a little brown mark. All right, I'll bring you back when we get these fried. We'll stir them up, brown them on both sides as best we can. I'm not going to take the time to flip each individual one, but we'll do the best we can. And if that doesn't, it'll work. But we'll get them out once they turn brown, and we'll add in our peppers and onions, and we may add a little pat of butter when we add those in. All right, you see how nice and brown they've gotten? And maybe not on all sides, but that's okay. And so I'm just going to put these in the bowl real quick. We'll put them back in here in just a little bit. But we want to cook our onions and peppers. And we may need to add a little bit more oil or butter. But we're going to get our onions and peppers in there first, and then we'll decide if we need to add anything. The kielbasa made a little bit of grease on its own. I'm going to put just a little bit of oil in there. Not much. We don't want a greasy sandwich. All right, we're going to let these cook down and wilt down real quick. You could actually put a lid on this and make it go quicker, but I'm not going to mess up the lid. I'm just going to let them cook. And we'll come back just as soon as they soften. You don't want them to be mush, but you don't want them to be crunchy either. So we're going to let them just cook down for a little bit. And we'll come back in just a little bit and we'll add the kielbasas back in. This is a quick, easy peasy supper on a Sunday evening when it's just me and Bryant. There's going to be plenty of leftovers. Isaac pops his head in almost every day and says, "What do you have to eat?" So having this as leftovers will be great. He can just fix him a quick, easy sandwich. So there we go. All right, we're going to let those cook down. I'll bring you back when we're ready to add the kielbasa sausage back in. So we're at the point now, the onions and peppers aren't quite soft enough, but I think we're good to go ahead and add back in our kielbasa, we can add that back in. And it'll take on that great flavor of the onions and the peppers. And it'll also add a little bit more oil, grease to the pan. So we are just about there. We're just going to let those onions and peppers soften just a little bit more. And then Bryant will be ready to give you a taste test. This is so beautiful. I mean, it is an absolutely gorgeous. The colors in here, it's just beautiful. And I wish you could smell it here right now. It smells so good. The only thing that would smell any better is some homemade bread baking in the oven. All right, I think I'm going to stop there. Now, you could go longer if you wanted to on the peppers and onions, but we're going to get this easy Sunday supper. Now, listen, we could make this for two. I made this. This is for two, but it's for two with the intentions of having leftovers. But now, if you were just making this for you and your husband, just cut the kielbasa in half and freeze the other half. Only use one pepper. Only use half of an onion. And then this would be a supper, probably still with plenty of leftovers, for two. And what an easy, quick supper on a day that you, if you're like us, you've been doing church activities all day long and need a quick, easy meal to put on the table and to feed your bellies with. And I mean, that just looks beautiful. So we're going to come in here and I'm going to show you how I'm envisioning making this. Now, I have never made this with the buns and with the sauerkraut, but we're gonna make this in the way it's in my head. So let's head over to the island and we'll make Bryant a plate up. All right, so the buns I thought would work best are these. They're like hot dog buns, but they're slit open in the top. And so we're going to try these. I hope they'll work. If not, then probably a hoagie roll or something like that would work good. But we're going to try this. We're going to see if my idea can be successful. And I'm going to kind of pry it open a little bit. And I'm going to add some mustard. Any kind of smoked sausage, I think you need some kind of mustard. But we're going to be adding sauerkraut, so you might not need the mustard. All right. So let's grab, here, let me get you guys turned where you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to set the bread down. And we're going to come in here and we're just going to load that up with kielbasa and peppers. Get a red pepper. Came out of our garden. Got to have a red pepper. Okay, now I have a small jar of sauerkraut. This is my favorite brand of sauerkraut. It is Silver Floss. You can definitely make your own sauerkraut. But I don't do that year round. So this is my favorite store-bought brand. And normally when I have sauerkraut, I've just chopped up the kielbasas, fried them in a frying pan, and then added the jar of sauerkraut to it and heat it up and serve it like that. But now we are not going to heat this at all. We're going to serve it cold, and I'm going to try to drain it just a little bit. And I'm just going to top it off with just a little bit of this sauerkraut. I don't want to take away from the onions, and I don't want the onions to necessarily take away from the sauerkraut. So this is just going to be like a condiment topping. All right. Well, his sandwich is beautiful, and it is ready. So let me see if he's ready to eat, and we'll get him to come in here and give you guys a taste test and tell you what he thinks of this sandwich. Hopefully, it'll be as good as my brain has imagined it will be. He's snacking on a kielbasa.
I snuck one out of the bowl here.
The bowl of the... But I fixed him a sandwich and got him some potato chips.
Look at there. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the color. Looks really, really good. What do you think?
I think it's going to be delicious.
Good? Okay, all right.
So I'm eager to hear him say if it's good or not.
Should I slather that thing with mustard on top?
Do you want more mustard?
Yeah, let me get more mustard.
More mustard.
A little more mustard. So, I like just the kielbasa right there. All right. Here, go in.
More mustard.
More mustard.
More sour.
Like, right here. Right across the top. Look at there.
He's going in with all sour.
Right, here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Cute little buns right there. Okay. Oh, you got your mouth wrong. Messy bite. Here we go.
Going in for another bite. Bite number 2. It fell apart. No, it didn't.
That is really, really good. I love, give me that. There you go. The contrast, now I don't know about you, but the contrast of the sauerkraut, the saltiness of the meat, and the sourness, tartness, I'll say that, of the mustard, it's like a collision right there.
So do you approve of that sandwich?
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't like sauerkraut,
That's a home run right there.
If you don't like sauerkraut, leave it off. Just the onions and peppers would be delicious in this sandwich. So yeah. I know not everybody is a sauerkraut fan, but we happen to be.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's a good sandwich.
That's a really
That's all that's left. And it won't make it to the dining room.
Do they make it in a foot-long bun?
Do they make it in a foot long? No, they don't. You just have to eat a bunch of those to equal a foot long.
That's a great easy supper.
All right. So there you go. Fast, easy, hardly no prep, just slicing up some vegetables is it. So listen, this was going to be our supper. So I don't know if he'll eat a second sandwich or not, but we'll go sit down and eat. And don't go anywhere. I'll come back. I know this video has been short so far, but we'll...
Somebody's got to be the sacrifice.
I think he likes it. Mm-hmm. I think he likes it. Okay, so don't go anywhere. We will. I'll be back, and we'll
come back for a pepper.
We'll do something else before I end this video. So, all right, I'm gonna go and have supper, and maybe go see the grandbabies in just a little bit. Sure. Hey, everybody! We're out on Sunday evening doing our Sunday evening cow check, and Copper, if you remember the new little calf, I thought we'd give you a quick update on him.
There he is.
Look, isn't he cute? Hey, oh, look at the little white black one with the little white spot.
He's 3 weeks old, or she's 3 weeks old.
Copper's thick.
Yeah, he's thick.
That's a good mama right there.
Push him away, yeah.
Yep, she's taking care of him.
Look at other cows over there. Come running because
they think we're going to feed them.
We're going to feed them. We hadn't called them or nothing, but they hear the gator.
Yeah, if they hear the gator, they think they're gonna get fed.
They're excited.
You can see them running down the hill. Good morning, everybody. It is the next morning, and I just wanted to come on and tell you that the bowl of kielbasa and onions and peppers and stuff is empty. It is absolutely empty, so there was no leftovers. So maybe this really was a supper for two with a midnight snack. So you just cook to your own discretion. You know how you and your spouse or you and your family eat. So it was just and it was actually a very healthy little snack because he ate one sandwich and then the rest was just snacking, and that bowl is absolutely empty. So I just thought I would give you a quick update that it truly could be a meal for two. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing some of our little cows and how precious they are. So thank you for joining us with our journey, and we'll see you on the next video. Remember, the grease is hot enough, you can fry anything. Bye, y'all.